Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful story from the Gospel of Matthew. It's all about a brilliant light that shatters the deepest darkness, and, how that light completely changes everything.
So, this powerful prophecy, which actually comes from the book of Isaiah, is way more than just a setup. It's this incredible promise of a dramatic, hopeful turning point for a people who felt like they were literally living in the shadow of death. So, let's explore how this message, coming out of Galilee all those centuries ago, still holds such a profound and really a personal meaning for every single one of us today.
Okay, to really get the impact of this story, we've got to start with the setting, a region called Galilee. Now back then, it was kind of seen as this fringe, overlooked place, so much so that they called it Galilee of the Gentiles. That basically meant it was a place mixed with non-Jewish people and, it was considered far from the center of true faith.
So when the Bible talks about darkness here, it's not just about the sun going down. It's describing this deep spiritual condition, that feeling of being completely lost, totally without hope, and just cut off from the source of life itself.
And here's the amazing part. Instead of starting his ministry in, say, the big centers of religious or political power, Jesus steps directly into this perceived darkness. And he comes with this powerful three-part mission. He's teaching the truth, he's proclaiming good news, and he's showing God's restorative power through healing.
This brings us to a really crucial point. Grace isn't something we go out and achieve. It's something that finds us. It's all about God's initiative, not ours.
And this highlights a fundamental shift in perspective. The normal human way of thinking is to try and climb our way up to God, right? To earn our spot. But the story of Jesus in Galilee just flips that script completely. God, in His grace, comes down to find us, right where we are.
This is just such a beautiful point. Jesus intentionally went to the forgotten, the overlooked, the people on the margins. His actions prove that God's grace isn't just for the people who have it all together. It actively, purposefully seeks out those who know they are lost.
So, how do we respond to a grace like that? Well, the path forward starts with gratitude, which then leads to a changed life, which embraces a new direction, and ultimately, it just compels us to share that very same hope with others. And this leads us right into our second key lesson. This light, it doesn't just show up to comfort us, it comes with a call to action. It invites us into a whole new purpose and a totally new way of living. I mean, picture this. Right in the middle of their workday, Jesus walks up to two ordinary fishermen, Simon Peter and his brother Andrew. He doesn't give them some long theological argument. He just gives them a simple, direct, and completely life-altering invitation. Follow me.
And their response? It's just as immediate and just as decisive. The text says, at once, there's no hesitation, no negotiating, no, hey, let me think about it. They simply drop everything and go.
This immediate response is really challenging for us, isn't it? I mean, their nets represented their livelihood, their security, their whole identity. So you have to ask yourself, what are the nets in our own lives? What might be holding us back from responding to that same call with that same urgency? This contrast really gets to the heart of it all. See, there's a passive kind of faith, one that's happy to just agree with ideas from a distance. And then there's active surrender, which means actually letting go of our plans and our control to truly walk with Jesus.
So what does this active following actually look like in practice? Well, it begins with a decisive yes, and that's followed by a willingness to let go of any competing loyalties, a commitment to learning from Him, and a life that's totally reoriented around serving other people. So, now that we've looked at the context, the grace, and the call, what's the ultimate takeaway from this passage in Matthew? What do we do with all this? The central message is that Jesus brought the kingdom of heaven near. And this isn't just some hope for the future, it's a present reality. It's something He demonstrated in two really powerful ways, through compassionate mercy and through restorative power that heals broken lives. Ultimately, this entire passage boils down to one single, powerful call to action. It's not enough to simply know these truths. The invitation is to respond with everything we have. So the question for us is, what does wholehearted following look like for you, right now?